Sometimes I wish that I could fly, keep my head above the clouds, and you would tell me that you're down for it. Together we'll stay soaring. City lights passing by, see the whole world go around with you. Ain't no way that I'd forget. You and me will be soaring. Ooh, I can't believe we're on this ride for two. Through the ups and downs, you're by my side. Has been spinning all around lately. Hold my hand throughout the ride. Life's a roller coaster, baby. All of my sleepless nights, I never see you walk out the room. Even when I'm at my worst, you would always put me first. And ooh, I can't believe we're on this ride for two. Through the ups and downs, you're by my side. Has been spinning all around lately. Hold my hand throughout the ride. Life's a roller coaster, baby. Through the highs and lows. Through the highs and lows. Even when the world gets cold and we're stuck in vertigo, you're the one I wanna hold. Through the ups and downs, you're by my side. Head's been spinning all around lately. Hold my hand throughout the ride. Life's a roller coaster, baby. Highs and lows. The clouds embrace the mountains. The sun is setting. What of you? The mist comes rolling in. I can taste it on my lips, just like you. I'm sitting by our lake, skipping stones just like we used to. I came across the heart we carved into that tree in Malibu. All these beautiful scenes, no, they don't look the same without you. Every time I run away, the thought of you will always find me. Things will never be the same. Can't move on, but I'm still trying. I don't wanna be alone. Somehow I know that you'll still find me. Miss you, but I won't go home. The thought of you will always find me. Winter surrounds my soul. This fire couldn't keep me warm like you.
All right. Good day, everyone. Welcome to Boot Camp. All right. Before I proceed on today's session on billing and everything after sales, once again, we'd like to do a audio, visual, and slide chat, right? If you're able to see me, hear me, and see my slide, you can give number 3 in the chat or give me some emoji so that I know that everything is good. Fabulous. I see some emoji. Great, great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everyone. Fabulous. So, my name is Lily. You have met me before, so I'm one of the part of the customer success team, your host for today's session. Now, with me, I also have Brady as well as Akachi, who is also with me in the meeting. They will be helping me to answer to any of the questions that you may have. So, if you do have any questions, feel free to drop it in the Q&A chat, all right, so that we don't miss any of your message. Else, whenever we ask for engagement, do engage with us, okay? Fabulous. Now, to start off for today's session, I will be going through with you on how to set up Vendasta payment, right? How do you start sending invoices, setting up sales order, take for example, and likewise we'll go into setting up sales tax and subscription billing, which is a key component in terms of in the event you want the system to collect payment for you on a recurring month-to-month basis, right? Which is automatic. So we're going to teach you how we're going to set up subscription billing. And lastly, to end off the session, we also will go into the commerce tab in Partner Center. Okay, so this is what I'm going to cover with you today. To start off today's session, I just want to highlight to you it's going to be mainly platform or demo based, right? Covering like what I mentioned earlier, a lot of setup as well as to-do list. So a lot of it, I would say, is very implementation session heavy today. So if today you are new to Vendasta and the Vendasta payment, I will advise you to follow me through or listen to this recording. After the session, I will upload the recordings in the bootcamp site. That's where you can then have your hands on to try the system or even to set up your own Vendasta payment, subscription payment, etc. Right? Don't do it concurrently. Very likely you may get lost. Okay. So that's my piece of advice for you. Now, before I proceed on, a quick question for everyone will be: have you set up Vendasta payment for your agency in the platform? Yes or no. All right. Put in yes or no in the chat if you have set up Vendasta payment. No for Joe. How about the rest? If you can put in your indication. No? Okay. Yes for Sandra. Okay. Not sure actually. No worries. Thank you for the participation. A lot of you have not a worry. That's why we have this session to guide you along. For those who is yes, fabulous. Okay. Now, let's move on. Some basic on in terms of Vendasta payment, all right, before we go ahead into the platform will be with you setting up Vendasta payment, it basically make easy payment for you as well as for your customer. When you set up Vendasta payment, that will basically help you to automate in terms of subscription billing, making payment easy for your customer when they do pay you, and likewise for you as an agency collecting or receiving payment from your clients, right? Now, with you setting up Vendasta or even subscription billing, you automate the billing to your customer based on the perimeter, right, that you prefer or that you set up for. Take, for example, you can change the settings of the frequency of payment, the price that you set, as well as adjusting any payment terms. Now, another, of course, goodness out of that would be you're able to also automate in terms of sending your customer invoice, all right, whereby they can pay online, all right, or even once they have make payment, you'll also be notified, right? And lastly, I would say with the Vendasta payment is basically powered by Stripe, so you can be sure that your payment is safe and secure. Okay, now before we go on to the demonstration, right, one quick recap questions for every one of you, right? This will be fairly simple for all of you since you have attended our session. For those that have attended the session before, will be who is charged the the wholesale price for products, right, in the platform. If you can put into the chat, who is charged the wholesale price for products when you activate it? Is it agency or customer? Stefan, partner, Sandra, thank you. Agency, fabulous. Thank you. Thank you for the engagement. Right. Very good. Yep. Indeed, you are correct. Right. Wholesale price are charged to the agency, which is yourself. Now, let's just quickly have an overview, a quick recap. So, retail price, once again, is when you activate the products, Vendasta charge you the wholesale price, all right, whereby then the system or you as an agency charge your clients the retail price. Okay. All right, fabulous. So let's go into Partner Center so that we can go through the steps together. Okay, let me just change screen. Okay, hopefully you're able to see my screen now. And let me just expand it. Okay. I'm not sure do you see an expanded screen, or is the screen size okay for you so far under Partner Center before I start? If you can give me some thumbs up that so far, okay, fabulous. Yeah, make sure you're able to see my full screen. Great. Now, now in Partner Center. Thank you for the thumbs up to confirm that you're able to see my Partner Center screen. All right. Now, we are in Partner Center now. I'm in a demo account. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to go through with you is setting up Vendasta payment. How are we going to do that? We basically go into your Partner Center. We'll scroll all the way down to the last tab called Administration. Okay. Once we are in administration, we will then scroll down. Oopsie, I missed the tab to platform settings. All right. Under platform settings, you will see Vendasta payments. So we'll click on that. Okay. Once you go into Vendasta payment, you'll first be greeted with accepting payment. All right. That's where the first thing you need to do is set up Stripe account. Now, through the poll that Brady has run, I think on the first day, some of you are existing agency. Some of you may have in terms of Stripe account setup. So therefore, you're able to see in your own screen, there'll be two in terms of option. For those that have not set up Stripe account or never have a Stripe account, what you need to do is then click on Set up Stripe account. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see where they bring me to. Yep. Because today is this a demonstration, I will not be able to go through, step by step in terms of how you set up Stripe account. I'm just tell you that this is the first step. Subsequently, I'll share you with an article that also give you step by step guidance. Okay, so once you go into the application to set up Stripe account, what you need to do is just basically follow through all the particular entries that is requested in this application. All right. So once you fill up all this, it's just follow through the instruction, and that will be the first step to do that will help you to set up your Stripe account. Okay. Now let me just quickly go back to my Partner Center. Okay. Wait a quick minute. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we are now back in Partner Center. Let me just change the PID. That's not the PID that I want. Okay. Okay. So we're back to the setting up Stripe account. So what I did earlier was the first step is for any of the agency who do not have a Stripe account, make sure you click on set up Stripe account and follow through the application. Okay. Now for those agency, all right, some of you have currently existing owner with an existing Stripe account. You can then click on connect an existing Stripe account. So same thing, just click on connect and follow through the instruction, right? So this will be the first step on how you can set up Stripe account so that you can start collecting payment from the platform. Now, I'll now want to bring you to a article, okay, which I'm going to share this tab. is called setting up Vendasta payment. Now, I just want to quickly bring you through that Vendasta payment is currently available for partners that's operating or, in these countries or with this country currency. All right. Any other countries or currency that you may be in currently located in, all right, you can always connect with our support team who can then help you to set up the currency or countries accordingly. All right. Now, moving down to through this in terms of article, which I'm going to share with you shortly, there is also a video, a 3 minutes video here that teach you how to set up Vendasta payment. For this video, they'll tell you more into the step-by-step, what are the in terms of information that's required. Okay. So watch this video, and then subsequently, what I want to bring you to is before you set up your Vendasta payment, make sure you have all these details. These are the following information that will be required when you do set up your Stripe account. So your business name to all your in terms of verification that's required. So make sure you have all this detail so that you can set up the Vendasta payment or Stripe account successfully. All right. So this will be a article that I'm going to share in the chat now so that you can bookmark it and reference to it after today's session. Okay. All right. So that's first step first, setting up Vendasta payment. Let's go back to our partner center. So once you have completed setting up Stripe account, the next thing will be you putting in the details of when you charge your clients, where do you want Stripe to make the payout to? So you want to put your relevance receiving bank account details. Okay, so make sure you go through this step and input the correct or accurate bank account whereby you want Stripe to basically pay you for the payment that is received. Okay, all right. Once you have set up this portion of receiving, right, the next will be account statement description. Whenever you charge your clients and charge your clients credit card, for example, what do you want the statement to be to appear? All right. So very likely you want to put in your agency name so that whenever they see your agency name with a charge, they will know that it's product or product charge from your agency. Okay. So therefore, Vendasta payment is very easy. Just these 3 steps. First, set up the Stripe account. Next, put in your receiving bank account, and subsequently putting in what do you want the account statement description to be. Okay. And finally, make sure you do a save. All right. With that, we have managed to do a overview on setting up Vendasta payment. Okay. With that, we will then move on to the next step, right? Will be under the same section, all right? Setting up sales tax. Okay, let's go into the sales tax. Sales. Okay, let's click on that. Now, for sales tax or sales rate that we're going to set up, this is basically dependent whether the province or the city that you are located in require you to collect sales tax whenever you sell a product to your clients, a product or services. So therefore, one pro tips that we will basically advise you is check with your local accountants or local revenue authority to make sure or to check if there's a requirement for you to collect sales tax from your clients when you do activate products or services for them on the platform, right? If today there is a requirement for you to collect sales tax, then this is where you're going to create the sales tax. Okay. So now because this is a demo, okay, you're able to see there are some of the sales tax being created beforehand. Now, I'm going to just quickly show you how you can create a sales tax. If there's a requirement, you can just click on create sales tax, put in the country, all right? Like for example, you're from United States. Where's my United States? Oop, did I miss it? Okay. United States. All right. And then you will then choose the province that you are coming in from. Like for example, you are operating in Washington, DC. All right. If there's a requirement, like for example, that for you to collect from Washington, DC, then you put in Washington, DC as the province or state. And then in terms of tax name, take for example, sales tax. Okay. All right. And then you put in the percentage, maybe it's 6.5%. Okay. If you want to add on any description or accounting code, you're most welcome to. All right. And then you do a save. Okay. There you go. So we have first set up a first sales tax rather for Washington. Now, in the event you are servicing customer outside of Washington, like for example, you are also servicing basically customer from Florida, from California, for example, all the different states, and there is a requirement for you to collect sales tax from the customer that is located in Washington, for example, in Texas, California, or any other province, all right, that require you to collect sales tax, then you just need to create sales tax accordingly. Okay, so make sure you have all your sales tax created so that when you do activate any products, all right, or for the system to bill your clients, right? All the sales tax will then be, pulled in accordingly based on the address that you set up your customer to be located in. Okay, so that's one important step. Now, moving on to the next tab, you call account exemption. Right? If today you have any accounts that is exempted from sales tax, it can be, for example, non-profit organization. It can be religious organization to school or any non-profit organization that you may be selling products to, then that's where you want to add the account. All right, just locate the account. All right, here, take for example, I'm just doing a example. All right, if this is an account, and then if you have already set up all the sales tax, then you will then select which sales tax they are basically exempted from. Okay, so there you go. You will have, this is just a sample kids furniture. All right, they are exempted from sales tax. All right. Now, moving on to item exemption. All right, this will be basically if you know any products, all right, that will be from the platform that you're selling to your clients that will be excluded or exempted from sales tax, then you can also add the products or packages that you're aware of, all right, that will be exempted from sales tax. Take, for example, reputation management. And then based on what the sales tax that we have, created earlier, then you just need to check which is the country or province that this particular product, right, is exempted from sales tax. Right? So that's how easy you can set up sales tax to excluding accounts that are exempted from sales tax and likewise for items. Okay. And under the three dots, you can always remove item. You make a mistake. All right. And that's how you can do it seamlessly. Okay. Now, before I move on to the next part, which is teaching you how to set up subscription billing, all right, that is also a big topic. I just want to do a pause. I know there's some question that's coming in. Thank you for answering the question for me. Are you following me along? Is the pace so far good for you? All right, if you are following along, pace is good, give me some thumbs up before I move on to subscription billing. Fabulous. Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. All righty. Okay, so now let's move on to the next tab, subscription billing. Let me just change to another demonstration account, okay, which we have more account here. Now, for you to set up subscription billing, all right, same thing in Partner Center, we'll go into the account, okay? Now, under account, let's go into a specific account. Take, for example, for today's demonstration, all right, I will then go to my own Tien demo account. All right. So I have Tien Vietnamese 2 as a restaurant. All right. Okay. All right. So for example, all right, I have some product that's been activated for this clients before, but for your case, I will recommend you to always set up subscription billing before you activate any product so that once you set up the system for subscription billing, when you activate the product, everything will flow through nicely. Okay. So let me teach you how you're going to do that. So if we go into the subscription tab, all right, you're able to see, all right, subscription billing automatic. But anytime that you see that is manual, right? What you can do is go to the last tab called Billing Settings. Click on that. Okay, that's where you can turn on and turn off subscription billing. Okay, so once again, subscription billing is basically a tool for you to track and collect payment for each of the product or subscription of the product based on the renewal date. Means the system will collect payment from your clients automatically month by month that you have set up from your client's credit card. Instead of you having to remember to charge them, let the system do the work for you. So that's where subscription billing comes. So therefore, I would definitely advise you to turn subscription billing on. Right, let the system do the collection for you. Right, so let's go through subscription billing as a whole. After you turn on subscription billing, you go into subscription scheduling. Now, this is the parameter, right, whereby you can set up for your clients, right? When do you want the system to charge your clients based on the product subscription start date? Take, for example, when you start the product, say today, the 15th of April, do you want the system to charge your clients the following month, which will be then May the 15th? Okay, if that's the way you want the system to basically charge on monthly basis, then you select use monthly start date. Now, on the other hand, you also have the option to use a specific renewal date, right, to charge your clients. So what does it mean? So it basically you are collating, all right, or consolidating the different products that this particular clients have activated on a, say for example, for the month of April, this Tien Vietnam 2 have ordered multiple products. Say today they order 5, tomorrow they order another 2, and following day another 5. So they requested that they do not want to receive invoice on a daily basis, all right, or charge on a daily basis. They want your agency to consolidate, all right, it into a one invoice for them. Then this is where you use a specific renewal date. So what the system do will be collating all the invoices product renewal into one invoice, all right, based on this day that you choose. Right. So what the system do is collect the past 30 days of products that's activated or charged into this one invoice. And then that's where you can set the day, right, whereby you want the system to charge all this product in this one invoice to your client's credit card. Okay, so therefore, these are the two options that you can choose from. Now, for this option, second option to charge your clients based on one invoice for all the products for the 30 days, I want to highlight to you, right? Even though you are collecting the products from your clients or charge your clients based on this particular day, right? But Vendasta, on the other hand, will still be charging you based on the product subscription date. Okay, it can be today, tomorrow, the following day. So Vendasta will charge you on based on subscription renewal date. However, if you choose this option, you are only charging your clients based on a specific day of the month for all the products that's activated. So therefore, with this, you are actually paying up first for to Vendasta before you collect payment from your clients. So make sure if you do choose this option, you have to ensure your clients will be paying you for, else you're paying upfront first. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next will be payment collection. Right? Payment collection, you can choose to collect it manually or automatically. Since I'm using subscription billing, I definitely want to turn on subscription to be payment collected automatically. Now, when I do click on automatically, you can see there's a prompt for you to set up Vendasta payment. So if today you have already set up Vendasta payment, which like what I've shown you earlier, you will not be seeing this prompt. Okay. Now let's move on. Okay. So once you have set it up, and the next thing will be subscription renewal, right? Whether you want to email payment invoice to billing recipient or you want the system to automatically charge to the payment on file. So since I want to automate the whole system, definitely I will also click automatically charge payment on file. Okay, because this is a demo account, I do not have Stripe in terms of connection. So therefore, I'm unable to click on this. All right. But your end, once you have set up Vendasta payment, you will then be able to click on automatically charge your clients. All right. So this will make it seamless because this system, you're setting up this parameter to inform the system to charge your clients based on subscription renewal date, and it's going to be payment collection will be automatic, and the system will be charging directly to your card, to the card of your customer. Okay. Now, at the end of it, you're able to also add on a memo, right? A customized memo to your client. It can be thank you for your business. Take for example any of them, any of the in terms of description, all right, that you want to add on to the invoice, right? After that, let's move on to the right side. Okay. Now, whom do you want the billing recipient to be? So, of course, you want to be the person that is doing the billing or the owner. So you just have to look at who is the user that you have created in Tien Vietnam 2. Okay, so if today I'm the owner of Tien Vietnam 2, I'll select the owner. Okay, any other additional recipient you can always add on from here. Okay, to also receive in terms of the billing or receipt after you charge them. Now, lastly would be payment method. Right. So payment method, you can basically charge them by credit card or debit card. Okay. All right. Or if today you are located in Canada, you can also do the pre-authorized debit. All right. So with that, all right, that's how you set up the parameter. All right. And if today at your own screen, I think because this is my demo screen, if today you have the credit card details of your customer, based on your screen, you should be also be able to key in the credit card details accordingly. Okay. All right. If not, if you do not have the credit card details of your client, do not worry. All right. Because when you do, after you have set up all the parameter, especially Vendasta payment and all this subscription parameter, once you activate a product, your clients will receive the invoice through an email. And then that's where from the invoice, they can put in their credit card details to make payment for the products, right? So with them putting in all the details of the credit card details, right? These details would then be saved into the accounts on file, right? So that will also make it seamless for you, okay? Right. So with that, you're able to see a billing summary, right? Who will be the one receiving notice on email, and basically email will be sent off on a renewal date, right? All this will be what we have set off earlier, okay? And lastly, make sure you do a save. So that's how you set up subscription billing, okay? Now, let's go back to subscription. So, in the event you have already set up subscription billing under billing settings, very important. Make sure you do that and turn on automatic for subscription billing. So, what you see here under the subscription screen will be a collation of all the products that's currently on subscription billing. So let's go through each of them. All right. So at the top, you're able to see when is next invoice the system will be sending to Tien Vietnam 2. That will be for tomorrow. And in terms of payment collection, they are charged automatically. So you can remember we have set up automatically charge in billing settings, right? And the default renewal date is based on each renewal cycle. Okay, and the recipient is Lily. So you can see all this detail are what we have gone through earlier or set the parameter in billing settings earlier. Okay, now going down the page, we're able to see retail, right, as well as wholesale. So what are they? So this subscription billing basically give you a transparency, right, to you as a agency owner that when you basically activate any products, right, Vendasta will charge you the product that you activated for your clients as a wholesale price here. And it tells you these are the product activated, what's the status, they are still active. When do you activate the product? You're able to see some of them are back in November 2024, and I have activated some product before our demonstration today. And likewise, it also shows you when is the next renewal date that the system will be charging into your card. So that will be the next renewal date for this product, and this will be the wholesale cost that Vendasta will be charging to you as an agency. Now, once we have seen what are the product and the Vendasta we're charging you for, if we go up to the retail, right, this will be basically products which is similar to the wholesale product here because it's supposed to mirror each other, all right? And likewise, you're also able to see what's the status, what's the start date, next invoice date they'll be sending to your clients, as well as the unit price. So unit price will be the suggested retail price or the price that you're going to sell it to your clients, all right? Now, um, let's say, for example, all right, under retail, in any event that you want to make some changes for TN Vietnam 2 in terms of the pricing for social marketing, take for example, okay? We can always come to the three dots to make changes. Click on the three dots. You're able to see you have the option to edit subscription, cancel subscription, to edit the next invoice date, all right? What are those? Now, let's try edit subscription. Click on that. You will then have a fly out button here, okay? You will then be able to see, all right, the start date was today, okay, and okay, pricing, all right. In any event, you find that hey, I want to increase the selling price, all right, or the retail selling price for this particular products to Tien Vietnam 2, all right. Instead of $30, I decided to charge them $35. Okay, so you're able to do that, and you do a save. So you can see, all right, once we have set up sales tax, what we did earlier, the system will be able to pull in the sales tax based on the address of Tien Vietnam 2 because they are located in Saskatchewan or Saskatoon. So therefore, the system able to pull in the sales tax accordingly, and they will charge Tien Vietnam 2 based on the unit price inclusive of the sales tax. Okay, so once you did a $35 as a change to the price, I'll do a save. Okay, take for example, we'll close this fly out button. So you can see Social Marketing Pro, we have just make a change to the price, right? This will be $35, right? This change is specifically only for this account, which is Tien Vietnam 2. Whatever we are doing in the account page is only specific to the account. Okay, so take note of that. Now, this is how you did, we did in terms of the subscription edition. All right, so let's go in again. And anytime, all right, you want to say change the tax rate, you can just click on that. Or in the event that you want to give them a discount, you can always click on add discount, give a name. So I can say special discount. Take for example, right? What is the discount? Do you want to give as a percent or fixed amount? So you want to give a percent, you can put say a 10%. You want to put a fixed amount. Like for example, I want to give them a $3 discount. Okay, for Social Marketing Pro. And for duration, you're able to choose whether is it going to be forever or you want to give them a custom. Okay, so if let's say for example, I want to just give them a custom discount, all right. Take for example, for 1 month, okay, that will then end on the 15th of May. I'll do a confirm. Okay, so therefore you're able to see a special discount of $3 given to Tien Vietnam 2 for 1 month, and then I'll do a save. Okay, right, and then what I'll do is I'll close this. You will not be able to see the discount here because all the unit price you can see here are exclude taxes and discount. If you want to see this discount, you just have to go back into the edit subscription. All right. Now, having said that, let's go through another few items. Okay, now I want to change to reputation management premium now. Okay, now edit next invoice date. Today, you know that the next invoice date is May the 8th. But anytime that your clients reach you and say, hey, can you move this date 2 days earlier? Sure. You can then click on edit next invoice date, change it. Okay, so long as before today. Okay, change it to the 6th, right? And you do a save. Okay, with that, you can see the next invoice date has been changed to May the 6th. All right, cool. And lastly, right, we also have the option to cancel subscription. Now, in the event if your clients reach you to say, hey, I no longer need Social Marketing Pro, take for example, all right? So what you need to do is to cancel the product from the account page so that Vendasta will stop charging you as an agency. And of course, the next thing you need to cancel will be cancel subscription billing in for the clients so that the system will stop charging to your client's credit card. So there's two things that you need to do when you want to cancel any product. So first thing first, let's go back to the overview page. We'll go back to the product page, right? Where you activate your product for your clients. So if today they say, hey, I do not need Social Marketing Pro anymore when it ends on the 13th of May. So what you could do is 3 dots. I will do a cancel product. Okay. Okay, cancel product, they will ask you give at least one reason why you do not need that anymore. Okay, well, let's say customer reach end of contract, and I'll put in cancel product. Okay, after you do this cancel product, you can see, all right, it show cancel. This product will remain active for the period you have paid for until the next before the renewal date, right? So it'll be active until May the 14th, so that the system will not charge you as an agency for this product on 15th of May. Okay, so that's the first bit that we have cancelled. Now, the second bit will have this prompt. It will tell you to remind you to also review the retail subscription. All right, so what you're going to do is go to subscription, which we were in this subscription page earlier. Okay, so go to social marketing because I have already cancelled the product in the account page so that Vendasta don't charge you as an agency. So now you have to go under subscription for Social Marketing Pro, go into the last tab, cancel subscription. All right, this cancel subscription will also tells you May the 14th, and I'll do cancel subscription. Right, so you know that status is ending and the end date will be May the 14th. So by so doing, you're telling the system to not charge your client's credit card for social marketing on 15th of May. Okay, so two things that you need to do whenever your clients request you to do a cancellation. All right. Okay, so much. This is all about subscription billing. Okay, that's how effectively or efficient. This basically to give you efficiency. All right, once you activate a product, make sure you do a setup in billing settings, all right? And then you will then have subscription billing activated for for you in the system, so that the system will basically collect recurring in terms of charges or payment from your clients through automatically on the platform. Okay, all right. So now before I move on, I just want to check, is everybody with me so far for subscription billing? All right, make sure you review this too. And likewise, I will be also sharing. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. Appreciate that. I will also be sharing a subscription billing articles for your reference later. So I'm sharing in the chat. Okay, so you can also bookmark that. Okay, for your own review later. Now, let me just go back. Okay, so going back to Partner Center. Okay, let's just make sure that I cover everything with you. Okay, now, earlier on, I forgot to tell you something important. For those that have just going to create a Stripe account, right? It's the first time setting up Stripe account on the Vendasta payment. Just take note, your first payout by Stripe, right, will usually take probably 7 to 10 days, right, for your first payout from Stripe, right? Because Stripe will basically need to do the administration process or vetting process, take for example. So therefore, I will advise you, one pro tip is to send yourself a $1 invoice after you have set up subscription billing. Send yourself a $1 invoice and pay for it so that this will become the first payment. Stripe will take the 7 to 10 days. And when you do activate product for your clients and receive payment, that will speed up the process. Okay. So for you to, in a way, send yourself a $1 invoice, just go back to your own agency account page. Okay, under more, oops, sorry, action. No, I lied. Sorry, invoice. All right, under invoices. Okay, we'll go under. No. Okay, where is my create invoice? Sorry, I missed the tab. All right, under invoice, you want to create yourself a invoice for $1. Take for example, right? So you want to basically select the recipient, which will be your agency, that's yourself. Okay, and you want to add a custom item. Okay, and just put in $1 charge. Okay, initial charge. Take for example. Okay, quantity, and then we'll put a 1. Okay, all right. With that, you are ready to send the invoice to yourself. But as I said, because this is a demo account, I do not have Vendasta payment set up. So therefore, I'm unable to charge myself this invoice. But for your case, once you have set up Vendasta payment, send this invoice to your own agency and make the payment. Okay. Once you make the payment, like I mentioned, Stripe will then take about 7 to 10 days to go through the first payout. All right, for you for the $1. And subsequently, it'll usually take about 1 to 2 days for a turnaround of payout from Stripe to your account. Okay. All right. So that's a $1. And then subsequently, all right, going back to the account, all right, you're able to see all the invoices related to this specific account. Any payment that will be coming in from the account to you, you're able to see it here, as well as any credit notes that you have issued to your clients. You're also able to see a collation of all the credit notes that you have set up for your clients. Okay, so that's subscription billing. Now let's move on to the commerce tab. Okay, which is the last segment for today's session. All right, which is a lot of details to go through. Now, under the commerce tab, sorry, you're able to see proposal. All right, proposal is basically when you want to send a proposal to your clients on a package or a product to your clients. You can see there's a lot of template that you can use. Due to time, I am unable to go through it with you. However, I will be sharing this article. All right, in the event that you like to generate proposal for your clients that you can see here, this is the article I'm going to share with you. Which basically will teach you how to use the proposal builder to generate a proposal, save it as a PDF, send forth to your clients. Okay, that's proposal. Now, next tab. Okay, make sure you're seeing where I'm seeing. Okay, that's proposal. Sorry. No, I do not want to go into proposal. Okay, the next step will be orders. All right. This order will be basically a collation of all the orders that's activated, all right, in the platform for all your clients. So you can filter by pending approval to approval and those that has other tab stated here. Okay, so if today you have sent an invoice, your clients have made a payment, you activated a product, you also be able to see all the orders here. Okay, all right. Next, we're going into subscription. All right. Subscription wise, right? This will be a collation of all the subscription that you have activated for all your clients or clients that you have activated product on. Previously, we were in account base or under Tien Vietnam 2. But if today you go under commerce tab under subscription, what you see here is a collation of all the accounts that you can see, all the different names of account right here that you have activated subscription billing. So likewise, you're able to see the products for which account, what's the status, start date, next invoice date, unit price. But anytime you want to quickly do a change, all right, and you manage to find the account, you same thing, you click on the 3 dots, do the necessary change like what I have shown you earlier. Okay, so that's subscription. Now, under invoice, okay, let's wait for it to load. Okay, so under invoice, same thing. This is a collation, all right, of all the invoices that you have sent to your clients so far from the platform. Okay, so you can just scroll down to see which are they. For invoices, those that are in the draft, okay, you're able to basically filter by draft. Anytime that you want to make any amendment to a draft invoice, okay? Take for example, let me see. Jay's okay, let me see. Okay, maybe the Woodman food. Just click on the three dots. Okay. All right. You can basically download a copy of the invoice, or you can even, all right, send this copy link, all right, payment link to your clients. Take for example, they have yet. Okay, sorry, I'll jump the gun. No, I will not do this for copy link. I'll do it later for those that's due. So anytime that you want to make any adjustment to the invoice that's under draft, you can just click on edit invoice. Okay. Once you click on edit invoice, you can then make all the necessary changes and update it accordingly. Okay. That's under the draft mode. Now, if I go into the invoices under the due mode, right? These are invoices that is yet to pay. So if today and for example, let me see who is past due. Okay, say Tien Vietnam 2 again, right? They have $64.38, right? That is due and they have not paid you. Take for example, you can always click on the three dot, all right, copy payment link. If today they say, oh, I didn't receive an email or reminder from you that I need to pay an invoice. Take for example, that is not automatically charged. Then you can just copy this payment link, and then what you do is just basically click this link, put into the email to say, oh, click on this link, you're able to make it payment directly. So I'm going to show you how this link will look like. Okay, when I click open a browser and put a link in. So you can see once I click on the link, it brings you directly to the invoice of $64.38 for your clients to make payment. Okay. Once again, because I am not connected to Vendasta payment, if today your system or your account is connected to Vendasta payment, they're able to make the payment directly. Okay. All right. So that's the make payment link. Right. Okay. To share my screen again. Okay, share screen. Okay, so that's where I've gone through. Click on three dots, copy payment link. Right now, if today they have make a payment and you find that the status is still past due, you can always come to the three dots, change the invoice status. Right, you can then mark it as paid in the event the system did not capture it, because sometimes they may pay you by cash or sometimes they may pay you by check, right? Rather than through the Vendasta payment. So with that, you can just mark as paid and then update the status. Or on the other hand, if there are any invoices that's no longer needed, you can always change the invoice status to void. Okay. Then just void and update the status accordingly. All right. Then in terms of the past due invoice will then now sit into the void as a void invoice. Okay. All right. So much about invoices. Okay. Now, last few things I want to highlight to you for invoices. Another thing that you can do will be, for example, for those that's under draft, take for example, okay, you want to give them a, say for example, a discount. Okay. Okay, you have spoke to them and they say, hey, before I make the payment, could you give me some discount? Okay, I'm not sure what's the conversation to be, but I'm just giving you a scenario for any of those that is invoices that's yet to pay and you want to give them a discount. You can then issue them a credit note. So this is adjustable credit note. So you just create the credit note, okay, and then you give a reason. Okay, it can be others. Take for example, all right, and then any internal that you want to give, okay, say for example a discount. All right, now the original price for reputation management is 85. If today you are going to give them a discount, all right, to make to basically credit amount, all right, what's the amount that you want them to give them a credit for? What, $5? And social marketing pro to be also $5, take for example. Okay, so you're able to see basically with this $5 and $5, you'll be giving them a credit note of $10, right, from this invoice, right? Once you apply that, you can just apply credit note. So with that, the invoice itself will have a reduction, of $11.10 because of the tax that's included. Okay. So with that, you want to look at the credit note, you can just come under the credit note. All right. Look at the credit note that we have just prepared for this particular customer. Okay. So that's how you can simply adjust any of the price here based on the credit that you want to give to your clients. Okay. This is credit note. Now, going to the last few segment here, payment. All right, payment. Let me change to another account to show you. Okay, payment. Okay, so for payment wise, would be basically any of the basically all the payment that the platform has charged your clients for. All right. And that the payment that will be coming through straight to you. So you can see under payment, this will be going by date, all right, on what is in terms of invoice to the account name, when was it created, to what is the payment method that was charged to your clients for $70. Okay. So with that, you're able to collate and check through which are the payment that has been charged and coming along your way. All right. So you see that it's succeeded, means it's succeeded charging to your client's card, right? For $70. Now, if today you want to see what is this $70 about, you can basically click on the description. That will then bring you to the invoice itself to tell you it's for reputation management premium for $70. And from here, you're able to know that they are basically coming along your way, all right, as a payment. Okay, so that is how you see payment that is coming along your way, which has been charged to your client's credit card. Okay, now, anytime that you want to do a refund for your clients, all right, a quick refund. If today $70 was accidentally charged, you can then click on the three dots under refund, okay, and give the amount refund of $70 and select a reason. Okay, all right. But on the other hand, you find that, hey, I want to refund my clients only $5 because I overcharged them by $5. You can then do a $5 as a refund to your clients and do a refund. Okay, so this is a quick way to do refund. All right. However, if today you want to issue a more formal credit notes to your clients so that you have tracking within the system, right, then you can issue a credit note accordingly. So going through the same step that we have gone through earlier. All right. With this credit note, you're able to have collation of all the credit notes that you have issued. Where else the refund bit that we did earlier is very quick. You won't see the collation of all the refunds, but you only can see it in the statement itself. Okay. All right. So that's under payment. Now, for payout, that's the one of the last two segment, all right, will be for you to see all the payout that you will be expecting from Stripe to your bank account. So you can see upcoming payout, right, will be any of the payout collected by Stripe, right? And going to the next will be in transit. All right. What are the payments that collected by Stripe that is coming into your account in about 1 day time? All right. Okay. So that's how you can see those upcoming payout and those that is in transit going to your bank. Now, with the table at the bottom, all right, you're able to see these are the past payouts that has been paid to your bank account, all right? To this bank account that's yours, and what's the amount. And in any time that you want to see what is this 6767 about, you can just click on view, and this will bring you to the tail of the payout by Stripe, right? Which is for this payment by Meta Blade Records. Okay, this is how you can see a collation of all your payment and payout coming from Stripe. Okay, last bit, like I mentioned, if you issue credit note, anytime that you want to see what are the credit notes that you have issued so far to your clients, okay, go under the credit note segment. You will see all the totality of all the credit note that you have issued thus far. All right. Okay. So that's the completion of Commerce tab. Now, last but not least, right, I will then go back to administration. Okay. I'll rather change to this tab. I'll go into administration for my last bit to tell you. Just give me 2 more minutes. All right. Under this segment, under my account, my billing. Okay. This will be an important in terms of view, right, you're able to see billing contact. This will be your agency contact. Okay. So you reflect your agency name, the email address, and likewise, the system will require you to put in your agency credit card. Okay. This is where, when you activate product, Vendasta Finance will then charge into this payment card that you have put forth in billing and payment. Okay. So anytime you may have one credit card, but say a month later, you like to change to another credit card, just come back to this section here, remove the first card and place in the preferred card that you want. Okay. So with that, at the bottom here, you're able to see a collation of day by days, what are the product Vendasta is charging to your credit card, right? And you're able to see, say, for example, April 15, Vendasta has charged $38.85 to your card for reputation management premium. Now, for example, if there are those that has come with 6 products and you want to find out what exactly are the 6 products that you have charged me for $67.16, you can just tap on any white space here. You will then have a drop down, all right, of all the 6 product that Vendasta has charged you for. Okay. All right. So that's how you can see how Vendasta is charging you for what product by a daily basis. Okay. And you're able to see some of the product, for example, local SEO standard, we told you is free activation for all during the foundational day, product day. So likewise, whenever you activate any product, you'll still be reflected in the billing, but you reflect as 0 to you. Okay. Because all the product that we have on the platform, we renew it month after month. So therefore, even though it's a free product, you'll still see the product reflected here in the billing segment, but reflecting as 0 cost to you. Okay. All right. Now, next thing will be anytime that you want to see what's your estimated usage for the month, you can always come to estimated usage, right? For the month of April, you want to see how much Vendasta will be charging you for based on product activation. You can just wait for the in terms of the information to load. Okay. Hmm, Taking some time. Okay. uh, because this is a demo site, there's a lot of product. But anyway, to save time, if you come to estimated usage, you're able to see, right, a collation of all the products that you have activated and how much Vendasta will be charging you for the month of April. Okay, there will be a totality in terms of amount here to show you how much Vendasta will be charging you for. Okay, and I'll just move on. Last but not least, I will want to say anytime that you want to download a monthly billing report, you can come to the report segment here, right, and download the billing report accordingly. All right, it's in Excel. All right. And lastly will be the financial documents, right? If today you want to see the billing or the sales invoices Vendasta sent to you as an agency, right? You're able to go into sales invoice. You're able to see all the invoice that Vendasta sent to you for payment. Okay. And if in the event Vendasta do give you a credit note because we overcharge you, take for example, you're able to see it under the credit notes under financial documents. Okay. All right. So this will be basically the end of my session today. Okay. For master in billing and anything after sales. So I hope what I've gone through today with you basically give you a hander to understand, how to set up Vendasta payment, how do you set up subscription billing, and likewise using all the beautiful features we have in Commerce tab. So if you do have any questions, just feel free to leave any more questions here. I'll stay for a few more minutes. Okay. If not, come back tomorrow. Brady will be bringing you through an interesting session on prospecting 101. Okay, so don't miss the session. It'll be a great session that going through, prospecting to some of the tips that Brady will be going through with you. Before I go, give me some thumbs up, final thumbs up. You will find that today's session is valuable. You learn a tip or two, okay, from the session that you can implement for your own account. Fabulous. Thank you for the thumbs up. As I mentioned, I will save this recording by the end of the day. Always come back to review the session because it's implementation heavy today. Okay. Thank you once again, everyone, for attending today's session. So stay safe, stay warm, and we'll see you back tomorrow. Thank you. Jean, same. I see your question for previous recording. Just come back to the Vendasta Bootcamp site. Under the top left, you're able to see recordings. So all the past months record or past days recording will be there too. Okay.